What I say, what in the name of Greg Davies are you doing, boy? Smashing everything to pieces like you're rampaging through Tokyo. Don't you see there's a table right there, son? Get a plate and napkin and learn some table manners.
That was Foghorn Leghorn telling you to watch my reactions to Tiny Toons and Taskmaster. Actually, that's not at all what he was saying. Those weren't the words. But I'm telling you to watch my reactions to Tiny Toons and Taskmaster. I'm Dittman, the rat of all trades, and I'm currently alternating between those two shows for a reaction every week. This week is a Tiny Toons Looniversity week, and we're going to take a closer look at what prospective students can learn at this esteemed university. Here is a spreadsheet that I created that lists all of the classes and professors that we have seen in Tiny Toons Looniversity Season 1, and then the one that we've seen in Season 2. At least to the best of my knowledge, I only watched that first season once, and most of these notes were written after the fact. So it's a bit bare bones, and there's some other minor stuff that I could add to it, but you see the idea here. Those asterisks denote anything that's not known for certain, like the freshman orientation, however you say that. I don't know if that's the actual name of the class they took back in episode 1. And then there's other stuff like in the prank episode, they skipped a class of Pun 01. And I have a feeling that must be a core curriculum class, but I have no idea who teaches it. Anyway, these should still be reasonably accurate for the offerings at Acme Lou. And now, it's time to take a crash course on one of those crash courses with Lern Stuf with Dittman. Last time on Lern Stuf with Professor Dittman, it was also the first time on Lern Stuf with Professor Dittman, we discussed the multiverse, which is a collection of all sorts of tuning and non-tuning universes. But today we are going to zoom in and focus in on the Looney Tunes universe, and everything we'll learn will be based on that particular lens. And we'll start with the laws that govern cartoons. Observing this world objectively, we can see that it is full of crazy physics, rules that seem to be made to be broken, strange inconsistencies, paradoxes. As a scientific lab rat, I'm looking for consistency. Are there actually any steadfast laws that govern this realm, or is everything random? As it turns out, there is one law that reigns supreme over all of the others. And that is the rule of funny. Yes! Ha ha, yeah, ha ha. I expected that reveal to be funnier. Hang on, is something wrong with the board? Well, okay. I'm not using a tune marker. All right, give me a sec. I'll get a tune marker. Let's try this again. Yes, that's a lot wackier. All right, the fuel of runny. A rule of funny. Oh, it's an anagram. Good job, magic marker. Much better. Anyway, what is the the rule of funny? Well, you'd think that such a pivotal rule would be clearly established and agreed upon, but it's actually still a little murky. But here's what TV Trope says. The limit of the willing suspension of disbelief for a given element is directly proportional to its funniness. If that's too scientific for you, they also offer it in layman's terms. Any violation of continuity, logic, physics, or common sense is permissible if the result gets enough of a laugh. In short, the laws of the universe can change if it makes the scene funny. That sounds reasonable, right? Right? Wrong! Wrong! You're wrong! You're all wrong! This is wrong. It's almost right, but it kind of makes it sound like the laws of physics contorting themselves are just one option. I'd argue the true rule of funny is the laws of the universe must change in order to make the scene funny. The universe of the Looney Tunes is only balanced in the presence of comedy. And in the absence of comedy, rules and laws will shift around in order to achieve equilibrium. We're going to close today's lesson with possibly the most famous example of the rule of funny, which is from the movie Who Framed Roger Rabbit. In one scene, Roger is handcuffed to Detective Eddie Valiant, and they desperately want to get unhandcuffed because... Well, I don't want to explain the whole joke to you if you haven't seen the movie, because you should see the movie, but basically something happens where it is incredibly inconvenient for Roger to be handcuffed to Eddie, and it's only later, after the danger has passed, that this happens.
Hold still, will ya?
Does this help?
Yeah, thanks. Do you mean to tell me that you could have taken your hand out of that cuff at any time?
No, not at any time. Only when it was funny.
Only when it's funny is another short but accurate way to dictate the fuel of run, the roof, that. But now you know the fully accurate version. We're not done with this topic yet. We got 3 parts. So come back next time for more of this. Welcome back to the main show. You know, I considered making those lessons available only to my paying Ratrons on Ratreon.com/ratofalltrades, but I think I'm just going to keep those lessons free for everybody on YouTube. Because the people need to be educated. The people being you. If you do go to Ratreon.com/ratofalltrades, then you'll get early access to my full reactions, but enough advertising. Let's watch Tiny Toons Looniversity Season 2, Episode 3. Okay, Toon in space. I wonder who we'll meet here.
If we want to destroy these
Yes.
aliens.
I do want to destroy aliens.
Oh, yeah! Ah!
Here's the scenario. I'm flattened by a falling piano. My head pops
Good.
as thin as a piece of paper, and I look at the camera and say...
I've heard of an existence devoid of purpose, but this is ridiculous.
Huh?
Melancholy, the indifference. You're so much less Babs-like. There's no substitute for home.
I know what'll cheer you up. The new Acme Lou course catalog. A new and exciting class will remind you why you came to Acme Lou in the first place.
I need to write all these down. I'll do that
Teaching
later.
the classics.
Okay.
Okay, how about this is a chance to fly with the two who destroyed asteroids? Took on horrifying space aliens. You're gonna love it, Babs. We gotta take this class. Stars? Who will we meet? Whippet Goldberg? Meryl Stork? Fox J. Michael?
Not stars like celebrities. Stars like space exploration.
Yo, sweetie.
Yeah.
You in?
Must upgrade warp drive.
What do you say?
Okay.
What's more exciting than getting to
Is
visit your own
Sweetie gonna be
astrology sign?
really, really mad when she misses this? The answer is yes.
Yes.
That's nearly the spirit.
He's doing that thing where he only hears what he wants to.
Don't be ridiculous. Of course I can stay for the regatta.
All right, space, here we come.
Ah. Okay, Sweetie is there anyway.
In space, no one can hear you scream. Will the danger whistle Mother gave me even work?
Pardon me, excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me. Where on earth is my chair?
There.
Safety of planet Earth.
Uh-oh.
This might be premature, but when are we going to space?
Going to space? No. I don't do that anymore. Not
Why
since I
not?
was defeated by the Scream Farmers of the No Good Nick Nebula.
Who are they?
A warlike species who fly ships powered by the fear of their enemies. I thought I could take them on alone, but had my astro skirt handed to me. It was a large blow to my ego, and I vowed never
You
to show
need
my face in
somebody
space
with a
again.
really, really large ego.
No space in this class, just teaching about space. It's less
Excellent.
stressful, less
I mean-
exciting. Steady your paycheck,
Less-
more boring. There's zero chance of being blasted by lasers, and
Fortunately-
zero chances of blasting lasers.
Unfortunately.
Okay. Lecture
Fortunately.
time. A hall made of
Unfortunately.
alloy steel used to...
Babs, we're on a real spaceship. Sure beats the burrow back home, huh?
And I haven't seen a single star. Where's Nicolas Cage? Robert Pattinson? Michael B. Jaguar?
This isn't a class about celebrities, it's a class about space.
Why didn't anyone tell me? You think the Andromeda Galaxy is going to appreciate this ensemble?
It might.
Had I known there'd be no celebs,
You've never been to the Andromeda Galaxy, Plucky.
Settle down, class.
My great
I was home
nothingness.
reading stories with Mom.
This is a disaster. Babs looks less excited than the time we helped you rank your houseplants.
That was fun.
Okay, I don't really know where this is going. I mean, there's seeds for a lot of different stories here. There's seeds for going back home to the bunny burrow, and Babs is going to have a good time there. Or there's seeds to convincing Marvin to go to the stars anyway. Or we could do both. Or we could go to Andromeda and Plucky meets all the Andromedaites who love him or hate him or neither. I don't know. But I'm glad we got to see Marvin. I think he had a cameo in one of the other episodes. He was the referee for Toonie Ball or Looney Ball, one of the two.
We gotta show Babs something amazing that she could never see back home. It's time for something drastic.
I don't think that's right.
There's a song I haven't heard in a long time.
Doesn't it make you wanna, I don't know, do something like finally get revenge against the Scream Farmers of the No Good Nick Nebula?
Oh, why, yes, it does. My war blood is running a little hotter.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that was not hard. Anyway, that was surprisingly quick to go from 0 to over 100 here.
Can you believe
It's a
this has just been
randomizer.
sitting here half laughing while I've been too afraid to come to space?
What do you want to do first, Babs? Catch shooting stars? Slide down Saturn's rings?
I'd say be sucked into a black hole, but I'm already there emotionally.
Marvin, what do you say we kick things up a notch? I want Babs to see something special.
Oh, I don't want that.
Trust me. Ooh, what's the randomizer
Don't
do?
trust him. Don't
This
trust him.
puppy haphazardly blasts us to a random point in time and space.
This place is a mess. Woohoo! Come to Papa! says off the planet, but
Okay.
not off the rack.
I suppose one little randomizing jaunt would be fun. Welcome to the No Good Nick Nebula!
Did you mention earlier that this is where the Scream Farmers live?
Indeed.
And did you also mention that they are your sworn enemies?
Indeed.
Indeed.
What exactly are we doing here?
Sounds
I'm not
like
liking
a
this.
Well, at least you're not homesick
great
anymore.
idea.
Kinda hard now that I'm preoccupied. Scream Farmers of the No
Okay, stop screaming.
Look at their bloodthirsty eyes. Their talon arms could rip through a rhinoceros with the precision of a laser.
Okay, refresh my memory. You said their move is to capture a ship's leader and take everyone else as prisoner?
Actually, it's capture a ship's leader and leave no survivors.
Okay. You see, I forgot the second part.
You shot a few, but there's still like 1,000 more!
Don't worry.
Just stop
Marvin the
screaming.
Martian has got this under control.
You need to be under control. Be under control, Babs.
I'm fighting your gravitational device.
It really looks like you're not!
You're no match for my brute strength.
Come on, Plucky, save the day. Well, no, actually, it's gonna be Speedy.
Any ideas on the next move?
No time for homesickness! My friends are in trouble!
Fast thinking, Babs.
Oh, they took our teacher and our leader. We can't fly a ship, and how are we gonna rescue Marvin?
Oh, just elect a new leader,
Thanks for
and they'll
snapping me
take
out of my terror hole.
they'll take the
I
new
did that
leader.
'cause I didn't know
And
what
then there's
else to
4,
do.
and then you have another leader, and then you take that leader. Then everybody, continue, and then everybody's gonna be on the same ship again. Pun or something.
In his prime, what chance do we have? Marvin was trying to do it alone. We've got each other. This Acme Luke crew can do anything we set our minds to. Okay. All we have to do is destroy these murderous drones, save Marvin, and steer ourselves away from certain doom. Simple. Ah! Watch out! The drones! Don't worry, she's talking about the game. Hamton, you were paying attention. Did Marvin say anything about increasing the power of our weapons?
No. But do you remember his lesson about the materials used to construct spaceships?
No.
No.
Something about
This spaceship is
carbon.
made out of carbon steel, which reflects radiation.
Hampton, that's genius!
I remember that.
you.
Sort of, yeah, carbon
So
something.
to create an omnidirectional blast,
And then
the ship
radiation
needs
something.
to fire on itself.
Hey.
We need someone with perfect aim to do this! Got another one, and another one. Sweetie, you put down your console and run these controls! I can't! I'm steering the mothership! Oh, wow. Wait, have we been in space this whole time? Yes!
You gotta start setting timers for breaks.
I came here to eat birdseed and kick butt. And I'm all out of birdseed.
Someone
More
to
fun
do.
when it's real. Minus the imminent impending doom. Now to rescue Marvin.
For speedy, satisfying rescue missions, you can wear fashion.
I've always been the driver, never the passenger. This is fun.
Anyway, Marvin is back in the game, and how are you feeling?
I'm still kind of homesick. But this was amazing. Adventures like these are why I came to Acme Lou in the first place.
That's right.
Good.
So, just to be clear, all we had to do was be there for you?
We didn't have to risk our lives in the dead of space. Nope, not at all.
All right, let's head back
Good
to
to
Earth.
Well,
know.
now that we're up here, I do
For
want to
next
see what
time.
Sweetie can do with this ship. And maybe see a couple more Plucky's outfits. And Marvin, tell me again about the randomizer. And Buster, what do you think this does?
This was an interesting episode. I was just sitting here for a couple minutes thinking about it, because basically, there's a lot of different directions it could have gone, and there's a couple directions that it was very obviously going to go, but it didn't necessarily go there at the times you would think it would go there, if that makes sense. Like, I mean, the big one was Sweetie Bird. Obviously, she's going to be piloting Marvin's ship, but they waited so long to get there, which, on the one paw, that allowed me to be surprised by what they did instead of bringing Tweety to the pilot's chair. But on the other paw, I don't know, it kind of just felt like it dragged on and on while we were waiting for the shoe to drop. I like this episode a lot, and I'm going to rewatch it with human eyes later because my rat eyes sometimes don't catch everything. But I do think it suffered a little bit by just having one overarching plot. It had to stretch everything out a bit later, a bit longer rather. While for the other episodes, like last week's episode, we had Babs's plot, then we had Buster and Sweetie's. Then we had Hamton's plot, and then Plucky he kind of got in on Buster's plot a little bit towards the end. But there are a lot of different directions to go, and they all came together for Picture Day. Whereas with this, everyone's together doing one class, and it was a fun story. It was a fun romp through space. But they could have had something else happen before, or something else happening on Earth that connected to it. I don't know. I'm just being a perfectionist here, trying to see how it could be even better. Also, this episode reminded me of my favorite game of all time, which is, it's got a few different names. It used to be called Star Control 2, but there's legal issues. So it's the Ur-Quan Masters and such. I've posted at least 2 other videos about it on this channel already. So yeah, whenever I see anything space related, I relate it to that, because that's my formative sci-fi outer space experience that I compare everything else to. Fortunately, the Ur-Quan Masters is finally going to get a sequel 30 years later, and they've got a Kickstarter going right now. Unfortunately, by the time this video goes out, that Kickstarter will be long done, so none of you can actually help with that. Fortunately, the Kickstarter is doing really well right now, and we've gotten almost all of the stretch goals done already. Unfortunately, there's still a couple days left, so I can't tell you what the final number is yet. Alright, that's it for today. We've got 2 more episodes of this series, and then we've got a spring break episode, and then maybe there's a second half of the season coming out eventually? I don't know. By the time this video comes out, we'll probably, or maybe we'll know. I don't know, maybe we'll know, maybe we won't know. But I know that we might know, but we might not know. Until then, we'll just keep guessing. So, remember, I'll see you next week for Taskmaster, and then the week after that for Tiny Toons again, and then the week after that for Taskmaster, and then the week after that for Tiny Toons again, and then the week after that for Taskmaster, and then the spring break episode. And yeah, I will see you soon.
Look around, son. That ain't a melon anymore. That's a Jackson Pollock painting.